Congressman and the member of the Congressional Black Caucus, Hakeem Jeffries, joins us now from Washington. Congressman, welcome. It's good to have you on the program.
Good to be on.
Let me start with Ferguson, Missouri. You know, there's been a lot of discussion about the decision in the Ferguson grand jury, and it has to do with race relations. But beyond talk, what else can Congress do?
Well, we certainly evidenced by the failure of the grand jury to indict in Ferguson, as well as the failure of the grand jury to indict in the death of Eric Garner, which was witnessed by everyone because it was captured on videotape. There's a broken criminal justice system as it relates to the seeming inability of prosecutors and grand juries to deliver justice when excessive force is used by a law enforcement officer against a civilian. And so the first step that I think Congress needs to take is to convene hearings, presumably by the Judiciary Committee that I serve on, to begin to look at whether we can do things in a different way, to allow for a more impartial system to take place whenever a police officer is accused of the use of excessive force. Because, John, the problem is that there's an inherent conflict of interest when you have a prosecutor attempting to pursue a criminal charge against a law enforcement officer when those same prosecutors rely on police departments each and every day to make their cases.
As you know, there was a lot of conversation about the militarization of police, especially in Ferguson, Missouri, and the lack of oversight of police. There was a vote on an amendment last June that would have clamped down on that. You voted no. Can you tell us why?
Well, at the time, which was pre-Ferguson, I was persuaded by the argument that had been advanced by some that as it relates to the New York Police Department, that the use of some of this equipment is appropriate in limited circumstances given the terrorism threat that we face in the aftermath of September 11th. We all understand what took place when the towers were attacked and more than 2,700 Americans lost their lives.
But do police need all this military equipment?
But what it is clear as a result of, I think, what we've seen subsequently is that the program is overbroad, that the monitoring of the program is lax, and that we need a complete reevaluation.
Politico has a poll out that suggests that race relations has worsened under President Obama. Are you concerned that in some ways the president hasn't been proactive enough on the issue of race relations?
Well, I think there have been several instances where the president has stepped forward in a very thoughtful and eloquent way in the context of race relations. The one that comes to mind, of course, is in the aftermath of the Trayvon Martin situation, where the president made clear that Trayvon could be his son. I think that was a uniquely personal, powerful moment where the president touched a lot of people with that observation. But the president, of course, is not just the leader of Black America or Latino America or Asian America or White America. He's the president of the United States of America. He does have an opportunity, given his unique biracial background, to try to bring us closer together as a country, which is something he appears willing to do over the next 2 years.
Congress has been dealing with gridlock for years. Any chance that's going to change?
Well, I'm hopeful that the fact that we've got Republican control now of the House of Representatives as well as the Senate is that the built-in excuse that the Republicans tended to use to promote dysfunction and to obstruct the president's agenda, blame everything in terms of legislative inaction and the broken Congress on the president, is no longer a credible line of attack to use.
We will see whether or not that happens. Congressman Jeffries, always good to see you. Thank you very much.
Great to see you. Thank you very much.